Hi everybody, this is Sandy from Scrapbooks Blessings Club, and today we're going to do the Cascade card. So I want to show you a quick tutorial, a quick and easy way to do this card. It looks a little more complex than it actually is. That's what I love about this card. Fold it with the two pieces of paper that you're going to use. It's going to look like this, and then when you open it up, you get this nice diamond shape in the middle, and that's how the card's going to look. If you've seen any of my previous tutorials, I like to do a template of my card, and then I just keep this in a box and then pull it out when I want to make the card. So on my template, I put all my little cheat notes, my measurements, any kind of little notes that I want to remember this side up, cut lines, stuff like that. So let's get started. Here are two examples. This one I did pattern paper, two-sided pattern paper. I used Stampin' Up! Punches and stamps for this one. When you open it up, it looks like that. You'll notice at the top, what I did is I cut off the little wings at the top that you initially get, and I decided I wanted to make it flat. So that's the only difference. And then this is the second one that I did. This one I'm going to post up on the blog. Very cute. Like I said, I used double-sided paper, a pattern paper. That way I didn't have to do any matting, and the paper's coordinated. So when I open it up, it looks like this, and then closed flat, it's still going to look nice. The stamp I did use for this, I wanted to mention the stamps, the cute little butterflies. I am thinking of you, my friend, happy birthday. And then the iris, this all came from Mark's Finest Paper and Stamps. So I want to give a shout out to them because I really like this set. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with two pieces of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, just like this. And we're going to, let me grab my pencil. We're going to, just place it vertical. And we're going to go ahead and put a little mark at 4 1/4, and then we're going to do the same with the other one. Put a mark at 4 1/4. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first piece of paper and I'm just going to cut at the 4 1/4, and I'm going to cut diagonal down to the left hand corner. So we're just going to slide this up, and there we go. Perfect. So that's my first one. That's my first cut. And then my second cut, what I'm going to do is do it the opposite way. So instead of coming to the left corner, I'm going to go ahead and go to the right corner. So let's move this far over so I can line it up. There we go. Okay, now I have my two cuts here, and they're mirror image of each other. So if I put them together, there you go, they line up. So let's get rid of the scoreboard and the trimmer. I don't need that right now. And instead, what I'm going to do is go ahead and bring my ruler. And I'm going to be using this for the rest. Okay, so let's grab this first one here. As you can see, when I cut this one this way, it went from 4 2/4 all the way down to the left side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it horizontal. I'm going to line this one up, and taking my pencil, I'm going to go ahead and make score, like little marks, because this is going to be my second cut. And I'm going to make them at 2 3/4. Okay, and then what I like to do, because I'm just not, I just flip it. That way I don't have to worry about any math. And we're going to do the same thing, 2 3/4. Now the next part that we're going to do is we're going to actually go ahead and measure up 4 1/4. So I'm going to turn this again, and I'm going to go 4 1/4, and that's going to put me right there. And I'll double check that with my scrap piece of paper, make sure I have that. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same for the other side. I'm going to put it at 4 1/4. And then coming here, I'm just going to go ahead and mark it. Okay, now we're going to do the other paper. This time it's going to be a little bit different. Instead of doing it from the bottom, we're going to have to go from the top. So how I do that to make it a little easier for myself is I just take my ruler and I start with the 4 1/4. So from the top edge here, I'm going to go 4 1/4 and make a mark. Here I'm going to go over 2 3/4 right there. So that's where I'm going to want that cut mark. And then on this side, I'm going to go ahead and mark 2 3/4, and then from the top I'm going to come down at 4 1/4. So that's going to be my next cut. Okay, now instead of getting my trimmer, I'm just going to go ahead and cut these out. So this is going to be the first one. There you go. And then this will be the second one. I'm going to do that with this other paper, this time from the bottom. And I'll flip it and I'll do the same. So basically you just want to remember you're going to cut down from the slant on the one, 4 1/4, 4 1/4, and you're going in 2 3/4, 2 3/4. And then on this one, you're going to come up from the bottom. 4 1/4, 4 1/4, and the same. 2 3/4, 2 3/4. So that's it. If you remember those two measurements, you got this. Last but not least, so we get our bend in the middle, what we're going to do is we're just going to go right smack in the middle and go ahead and score that. So let me grab my score. Going to score smack in the middle, which is going to be 5 1/2. That's going to help me get my diamond shape on my card. And I'm going to do the same for this other one. Score at 5 1/2. So that's it. For this card, there are just 3 measurements you have to remember. It's 4 1/4, 2 3/4, and a score at 5 1/2. Now let's go ahead and put this card together. First, what we're going to do is just go ahead and burnish. I like to go both ways. Makes it a little bit more flexible. Now what you're going to do is you're going to meet up the 2 ends here at the top. So I'm just going to slide that one down, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and meet up the 2 in the front, or the bottom, and slide those in. Just like that. And then you see right here, this is your 5 1/2. And when you put it down, there is your card. Done. Easy. Okay, now it is a little flimsy, so what you're going to do for that is, let me grab it. Scotch tape. It works perfect. Just flatten your card out. Line it up, flatten it out. here in the same one. There you go. And you're just going to take 4 pieces of Scotch tape on each side, top and the bottom of my first cut marks, and then the same on this side. Same on this side. See, I'm just putting the tape down. And I'm going to flip it around and do the other side. That's going to give my card a little bit more stability when it's opening and closing. There you have it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and push down where the tape is, make sure there's no tape peeking out. Increase it. I have a little mark here. I'm going to go ahead and erase that. And there's your Cascade or your stretch card. And you can find more cards like these over on our blogs. The design team made a couple, very cute. You can find us at www.scrapbooksblessingsclub.com. So until next time, bye-bye.